All right, so I'm going to talk about optimization, and there's two parts to optimization, off-site and on-site. So first of all, we're going to talk about on-site optimization, which other people tend to focus on a lot, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit, but to me, it's the basis of stuff, and then the off-site is really where the art happens. But let's get to that in a minute. So first of all, let's talk about on-site stuff. The keywords that we just discovered in the keyword module is essentially what we're going to use now to do on-site optimization. And there's a few different areas that we have to concentrate on, and I'll basically go through them. Now, this is not a science. Google won't tell you how their algorithms work. They're changing it, so you may have heard different opinions. This is my opinion of what's important and in what order, and I've done hundreds of websites now, so I speak from some position of authority, but again, it's debatable whether one thing is more important than the other or to what level things are important. So I'm just giving it a little caveat for you. But the way that I approach things is in this order. The domain name, in my opinion, is the number one most important thing. So if you're trying to rank in the hair salon category, for example, and your name is, I don't know, Florette's Hair Salons, let's say, that's great, but Florettes.com isn't really going to do much for you. If you get Burnaby Hair Salon because your hair salon is in Burnaby, you're instantly going to be in the running for ranking for Burnaby Hair Salon when somebody's typing that. So having your keywords in your domain name is, in my opinion, critical. And really, when you think about a marketing strategy, don't think just in terms of your one domain name, your corporate domain name. A domain name costs about $10 to register. You can get .com, .info, .biz. Don't get stuck on the extension. But if you want to create separate sales funnels, think hard about buying specific domain names with the keyword in the domain name, because it'll be a lot easier to rank those, and you can then direct that traffic back to your principal website. So that's, first off, is the domain name. Next down the list of importance is the page title. If your page title says home in it, you need to fix that, because nobody's looking for home. They're looking for, as we said, Burnaby Hair Salon, let's say. So put that right in the page title, Burnaby Hair Salon. Very important. Down the list from then is the H1, H2, H3 settings. So these are the headline text. So, when you come to a page and there's a nice big bold headline, and then there's a sub-headline, and then the text is in regular size. So obviously, if your keywords are in that H1, in the biggest heading, that's going to rank the most important. Down from there is all of the H's. So typically it's H1, H2, H3. It may go as deep as 4, 5, 6. I doubt it. Usually H1 to 3 is enough to cover your headlines. And then after that, it comes down to the text. And typically they'll look in the first 50 to 100 words of the copy to pull out keywords. So back to our hair salon example, for a person who is optimizing a site for Burnaby Hair Salon, if he had Burnaby Hair Salon as the domain, he had Burnaby Hair Salon in the page title, the headline of the thing said Burnaby's best hair salon, for example. The second one was find hair salons in Burnaby, and then the text was when in Burnaby, the best hair salon to visit is yada, yada, yada. So now I've worked in that hair salon text into really all of the elements of the visible copy. Now, behind that is what's called the meta information. Now, you may have heard of meta tags. The two big ones that you got to worry about are meta descriptions and meta keywords. So keywords, pretty simple. You put the keywords in there. Don't stuff them. You don't want 80 of them in there. You want your 5 or 6 best ones. Don't repeat the word. So, for example, if you want to rank for Burnaby and hair salon, don't put Burnaby hair salon and then Burnaby and then hair salon. Just put Burnaby, hair salon, and you've got it covered. So those are the basics of what you need to worry about on site. And now I'm just going to give you a caveat of that. I know this was like a whole bunch of stuff for you to digest in one shot, and it can be a lot of work to set this stuff up on your site if you're not using a good content management system that takes care of this stuff for you. So really, the better content management systems that have been made in the last few years typically do a lot of this stuff automatically for you. So writing the blog content into the meta description snippet, for example, taking the title of your blog post and making it an H1 heading, all of that kind of stuff really should be handled by your content management system. And if it's not, then that's maybe something that you want to address before you get too deep into this other stuff, because really not having to think about stuff beyond what are the keywords that I'm using on my site really helps in obviously moving on to the more important stuff of link building and things like that that are going to bring new business to your website. So I encourage you. Obviously, our own Excel suite is one that I promote. WordPress, however, has very good SEO plugins that you can optimize. Most of the major content management systems, both commercial and open source, have either out of the box a fair bit of this stuff covered, or they'll have an add-on module or a plugin that you can get that will take care of a lot of this stuff for you. So I encourage you to look to your content management system to manage a lot of the on-site search engine optimization for you.